This is Hogg country. We've made it to Grindstone Gap. It's a little parking area with some spots at some fire pits, and you can see across, that's where the trail starts. There's another Jeep here. So somebody's hit the trail already. It's about 7:30, a little later than I wanted, but we're gonna be just fine. We're gonna try to hike the entire Flatside Wilderness today, or at least half of it, and then half tomorrow. So we're starting, here's Flatside Wilderness, is this entire area. We're gonna start right here at Grindstone Gap. We're gonna head in, we're gonna hike around this way, because this is part I have not hiked. I'm gonna hike all the way down to Oak Mountain Shelter. I'm gonna turn around and hike back, and we're gonna camp here tonight. Once that's done, tomorrow morning we're gonna get up and we're gonna hike and make it to the other side of Flatside, which, if you remember in one of my videos, I got to here and the water was way up. And we've had nothing but rain, so I expect that's probably the same thing I'm gonna encounter this time. So I'll either try to get around it, or if I stop there, I've completed this anyway, so I'll just turn around and come back. But that's the go. We're gonna hike the entire Flatside Wilderness, and that'll finish our entire loop from Highway 7 all the way to Highway 9. So we're getting ready to get on the trail. The star's here. Carmen is ready to go. So we're getting ready to pack up and hit the road. So we'll check back in a little bit. I'm up on, I guess I'm on Oak Mountain, or I'm getting close. Going to Oak Mountain Shelter. I don't know if that's, I'm not sure what we're looking at. That might be Forked Pinnacle. Not 100% sure. I think it's going to clear up a little bit farther up, and there may be a vista I can actually take a good look. But anyway, we're on the trail still. It's a beautiful day. First hike I've had that I've actually seen some sun. Carmen's loving it. She's just having a blast and doing really well. But the views are just awesome, and the weather is just perfect. We're making awesome time, and we hope to make the shelter and have some lunch. I'll check back in a little bit. Okay, I guess we're at the far end of Flatside Wilderness. There was already a sign that said entering Flatside Wilderness. Green Thumb Springs, 2 miles. I don't remember. Oh, the spring must have been, I saw a tent set up at a little spring, and I didn't want to invade their privacy, so I left it alone, didn't take any pictures. But this board is completely stripped down, so I'm not sure what it said here. But anyway, that if I had to guess, that Green Thumb Spring is the spring that the campers were set up. They had a tent set up. So anyway, about 2 miles back. Now, I'm not exactly sure. We're on top of a mountain, and of course Carmen's ready to go. Oh, okay, this must be a trailhead. I see a sign. And a crossing and a road, so I have to check my maps. Not sure where I'm at exactly, but I'll mark it on, I'll put a waypoint. We're up there quite a ways, but some serious views. But it's your standard. We're gonna cross right there. They got a blue marker. So I'm gonna hang out here for a minute and see if I can figure out exactly where I'm at, and then I'll check back in. Okay, got to be getting close to Oak Mountain Shelter. As you can see, we've reached a mile marker. Haven't seen one of these the entire trip. So we're at 168 mile marker. We're heading up this mountain, so I'm sure that's got to be Oak Mountain, and that's got to be where the shelter's at. So we're gonna head on up. We're making really great time. We'll stop and film and have some lunch as soon as we get to the shelter. Okay, you getting you a drink, Carmen? Not a lot of water. I doubt this water's here very long. It's probably just because there's been a lot of rain. This is really the first water we've ran across this entire leg. Other than there was that green spring or something like that. There was water in it, but it was like just a water hole. So I didn't get to spend a lot of time there. I think she thinks we're going up this creek. But anyway, the trail's that away. That's down the trail, and we've got to be just a few hundred yards from Oak Mountain Shelter. So it's not very far, but I'm not certain this water is always here. I do believe it's probably just when there's been a lot of rain. Okay, I think we're slow approaching a sign, and my money says Oak Mountain Shelter. We'll see. It's the first time I've made it up here from this side of the mountain. I've been up on the other side on my video where I hiked Highway 7 up to Oak Mountain Shelter. So, okay, so it says if we were going straight, they'd take you to Highway 7. So this is about, I think it's 8 to 10 miles from here to Highway 7, but we're not going that way. We are at the end of our road. We have reached the far end of Flatside Wilderness and all the way down to the shelter location. This is the shelter I stayed in the night I hiked from Highway 7 to Flatside Wilderness. So basically, from Grindstone Gap to Highway 7, I've hiked all of it. And now it's just get back to Grindstone Gap and hike up to at least campsite mile marker 175, and that would complete the entire length from Highway 7 to Highway 9. Or if I can't make it across the water, or if I can make it across the water, I'm going to go ahead and go all the way outside of Flatside Wilderness on the east side. So the west side's done. I've got the east side to complete. So anyway, I'm going to get a little film of and maybe have lunch here. But again, this was on my Highway 7 to Oak Mountain video. Doesn't appear to be anybody here. Hello. Anybody here, Carmen? Nope. Looks pretty much like it looked when I camped here last time. Shelter. Picnic table. Nice view. I didn't take any pictures last time because it was pouring down rain, so I'll get to walk out to the edge and take some pictures. So anyway, we're gonna stop and have lunch. I think Carmen's ready to have a bite, so we'll check back in a few minutes. What do you think, Carmen? Come on. Take a look around. Take a look around. Come on. All right, good. Good. That's in pretty good shape, don't you think? There's a sign-in book. Huh? Looks pretty good. Good place to stay. Come here. Sit. Good girl. Sit. Stay. Stay. Okay. All right. Good girl. Good girl. Sit. Sit. Stay. Stay. Carmen. Up the trail. Up the trail. Let's take a look. Up the trail. Up the trail. Good girl. Good girl. Up the trail. Carmen, stop, sit. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. All right, up the trail. Up the trail. Carmen, stop, sit, sit. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. All right, come on. Up the trail. Good girl. Good girl. All right, sit. Carmen, get on the trail. Get on the trail. Good girl. Get on the trail. Good girl. Carmen, stop, sit. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Carmen, come here. Sit. Good girl. Good girl. Carmen, you ready to get on down the road? Huh? You ready? You getting up the trail? Stop. Sit. Okay. We get everything? You ready? Let's go up the trail. I'm not positive, but I think this might be the green thumb that we saw on the sign. Not positive of that. There was a tent up earlier today, and we didn't stop. They were set up on the other side of this little pond, I guess you call it. There's water running down the hill right now. I don't think that's a source all the time, but there's a little pond in the middle. I'll get around on the other side and get a better shot of it. Yeah, it's pretty neat. It's running out of the hillside and then into that little water hole. We're gonna go up these railroad ties, and there's a sign up here. We crossed this earlier and there were some campers and they had a tent up, and we didn't want to disturb them or invade their privacy, so we didn't film anything. But it looks like they left. And of course this is the edge of Flatside Wilderness, but it's a really neat spot because you're just getting into, I guess we're 3 or 4 miles from where we from the shelter, but there is a perfect little fire pit, and this is where they had their tent set up right here, overlooking all that. And then of course they had a little water hole here, which is pretty neat. But anyway, we're gonna get back on the trail. I'm not sure how they got in and out, because they didn't pass me, so they must have bushwhacked up that little hill there, and the road's not too far away. But anyway, they cleaned up well. They do a good job. It's a great place, a great find. And it's just at the edge of Flatside Wilderness, closest to Highway 7. Not far, maybe, I'm guessing about 3 miles from Oak Mountain Shelter. Now we're heading back to Grindstone Gap, and we've got to go this way. I'm thinking maybe they came from up on top of that hill. I don't think the road's too far. And they may have just packed in their tent. But anyway, we're at Flatside Wilderness. And of course, Carmen's ready to move on. So we're gonna move on. Let's go. Let's go. Back to Grindstone Gap. I'll just tell you, doesn't matter which direction you come into the parking area, there's no sign. So if you're expecting a big sign that says Grindstone Gap, well, either this is not the right spot or it's not marked. But what I can tell you is that if you park here, and I'll put a waypoint that shows exactly where I'm at, but you 300 feet in and you're on the trail. You go left, it takes you to Highway 7. You go right, it takes you to Highway 9. through Flatside Wilderness. Now, tomorrow morning, we're back. We've went over, I have to look, I guess it's been over 13 miles, but the one Jeep's left. There's a pickup truck that's here now. And of course, we're back at the Jeep, and this is where we're gonna stay tonight. We're just gonna camp out here. There's plenty of places and fire pits and the Jeep itself, so we'll find us somewhere to hang our hat tonight. But anyway, we've got about, I guess, about the same distance to go tomorrow unless we run into the water. So anyway, we'll probably do a little bit more, probably a couple more videos tonight, but right now we're going to shut down and just kind of look around, get familiar with the territory, and then we'll check back in a little bit. Well, this is dedication, I can tell you. We're so determined to finish this last 5-mile leg, that we're going rain, snow, sleet, storm. This is what I was talking about. If you go left here, that'll take you to Highway 7. This is going to take us to Highway 9, which in our case, we're not going to go near that far. All we're going to do is try to reach where we left off, which is where the big water crossing is that we couldn't cross before. So if we can get to the edge of it, that means we've covered the entire Flatside Wilderness. And you can see the end of that video on the Highway 9 through Flatside Wilderness. Will show you us getting up to the water crossing. And so we'll be the other side of it this time. Carmen is raring to go this morning. We're getting a really early start. It's about 6:30. And our goal is to just knock this out before this rain comes in. There's 100% chance of rain. I mean, it's going to rain all day. And we're not going to miss it. But we're going to try to miss as much of it as we can. So if we can get this last 5 miles, it'll be 10 miles round trip. We can call this a wrap. Anyway, I'm going to see if we can put some miles behind us, and we'll check in later. Carmen, set. Set, Carmen. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, go. Trail. Carmen, get on the trail. Well, we haven't been on the trail very long, and we've already jumped up about 10 deer, some squirrels. She's curious. I usually know the deer are there because she alerts, but she doesn't chase them. So that's a good thing. At least so far she hadn't chased them. Squirrel jumped right down out of the tree. She didn't chase it, so we may be okay. But this morning she got a little bit more energy. She's leading me by quite a bit more than normal. But she stops and looks back. There was a little water hole just as you start the trail. A little water hole. It's just a hole. I couldn't tell it's being fed by anything. It's I'm sure just filled up during the heavy rains. And that's about it. As you know, when we left or got Grindstone Gap, once we got off of it and went west, there was absolutely no water other than a little water from all the rain, but no real reliable water sources. Now this direction, going east, we should see a lot of water sources. At least 3 or 4 miles up, you'll have more water than you know what to do with, or at least this time of year, which again is the 1st of March. So anyway, we're on the trail, we're making a little leeway, and we're going to see if we can knock this out before it starts pouring down rain. We'll check back in if we see anything that we haven't already covered. Okay, we're not even 2 miles in yet, and we're finding tons of water. You can see the little water runoff. So we're barely, I can't imagine if we're even 2 miles in yet. I think that last mile marker was like 174, I think. So there's supposed to be a campsite at 175. So we couldn't have even made it 2 miles yet. But you can see we're covered up with water. And I figured out why she's leading me by so much. I forgot. I've got all her food and water in my backpack because I felt like today it was going to rain and I'd give her a little break. So she has no weight. So bottom line is she feels like she's about 8 or 9 pounds lighter today. And she's off to the races. But she's staying on the trail, and she looks back. She comes back to me every now and then. Carmen, come here. Set. Good girl. But the water is just running everywhere. Now again, bear in mind there's been a lot of rain. A lot of rain. But there's also plenty of water. And there wasn't on the other side, so there's something to be said there. But anyway, it's a beautiful morning. It hasn't started raining on us hard again. It did at first. It stopped, and I think we got a little clearing for right now. But anyway, we're going to try to put some miles behind us. I'll video if there's anything important, but right now it just looks like a lot of water and a lot of trail. So I'll check back in. Okay, it has started to rain again, and we got our first real water crossing, which is not bad. It's just, let's see how she takes it. She's thinking about it. I don't know if she knows what to think about it, but she made it. Alright, it's my turn. And I don't really see any real dry areas. So I think my feet are gonna get wet, but it's gonna rain anyway, so it's probably not gonna matter. Anyway, I'm gonna move across. down the trail. Let's go. Great spot, really neat. Nice little skiing hole. Probably not in 30-degree weather, but any other time, this would be a really great spot. Let's see if I can get some pictures. What do you think, girl? What you think? I think that's pretty neat, huh? What do you think, girl? You just want to get on down the trail, don't you? That's what I think. We've reached mile marker 176. Moving right along. A couple more miles, we should be at the water. Actually, I think it's like a mile, not even a mile and a half from here. So, anyway, we'll see if that water crossing is crossable. I highly doubt it, but we're heading that way. Okay, back on the trail. Like a deer. Okay, guys, I misspoke earlier. I hiked the other side of Flatside, on the other side of that water right there. Last time I did it, it was leaving Lake Sylvia, and then I made it just to the water. Here's the fire pit. What a great place to camp. It's right overlooking the water, and I'm noticing the water's not near as deep on this end. It doesn't appear, but there's a fire pit. Nice place to set up. Definitely a camping site worth looking at. But let's walk down. This is where I had my trouble the last time. You kind of, I guess, wind up there, and that's where they want you to cross. We'll follow it up and see. Carmen, up that trail. That trail. Yeah, good girl. This is where, okay, we were standing on the other side. If you look at that Lake Sylvia video, and you'll see we're on the other side of this. We call the Highway 9 side, or Lake Sylvia side. Now, it's down a lot from last time, even though we've had a ton of rain. So I'm not saying it's down, because it's not. It's still raging, but nothing like it was the last time I was here, which has only been, I want to say 2 weeks ago. No, Carmen. Sit. Good girl. I mean, it's definitely not raging like it was. But to cross, you're gonna get wet. And with the dog, it'll be a little interesting. But due to all the rain that's coming, we're not gonna get wet and try it. We were just gonna look and see where we can tie off some ropes, and personally I think a rope on a tree like that, draped across, we should have no problem. We can probably do that fairly easily. One person will have to get wet, the rest will just have to get some wet. Looks like the best, especially since it's not raging like it was. I think that's going to be my recommendation. A rope that's tied off to even the smallest tree and across. And we might even, if we've got a long enough rope we can leave, we'll leave it for the next person, but we'll see what we can do. At least be able to grab a hold of it to keep your footing. Okay, well, we're going to turn around now, and we're going to go back the same way we came and head all the way back to the Jeep. And like I said, last time we crossed right over there, got to right there on the edge and stopped. But anyway, we're going to head back. I'll take some pictures if there's anywhere the scenery, and I'll catch you back at the Jeep. Good girl. Yeah, I'm not positive this will work. I'm not sure how well you can see in this video, but the waterfall's way up there, and I'm just kind of following down the side just to see if it was shallow anywhere. And 2 weeks from now, it might even be more shallow. So that is a possibility, but you can see the bottom here. I'm guessing that's about thigh deep, maybe. It's definitely over your knees, all the way across. So you could actually ease down in that and walk across. The dog would have to swim. Probably have to carry his pack or her pack. But you see the falls up there, but it's not rough down here at all. So this is another possibility, but you're definitely going to get wet. Well, we made it back to the Jeep. We're going to wrap it up. We've hiked the entire Flatside Wilderness now. Finally made it, the whole trip from one side to the other. So we're parked and we're getting ready to head out. It was a shorter day. It's been pouring down rain for the last 2 hours. So we just got back in the vehicle to get in out of the rain. and to head back home. But we finished, I guess, around 26 miles all posted. But we'll see. But right now we're gonna head back in and see if we can get some dry clothes and call it a weekend. Well, we're leaving the trail, and I thought I'd just video just a little bit. This is one of the tour roads that you can actually drive. You can see all of this.